Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Recap this for me real quick. Where did you see a baby over the weekend?
I saw a baby somewhere where I never thought I would. We were driving to the football game, and we had to take this river road and went past this brewery, and they were having this festival, and they had axe throwing, and this guy was just lumberjacked out like all the people that go to breweries, like brewery hop
Final
do.
season.
And so he's got a baby Bjorn, a baby, a living human strapped to him, and he's throwing axe, and he's just having a great time.
That thing is inches away from that baby skull.
Yeah, I guess I never even thought of adding that to the list of top places babies shouldn't be, because I just thought it was kind of like a duh. Nicole
What's your list?
Texted, that, and then I always said movies. Keith agrees with me. He says people that bring the movies, babies to movies bother me too. It happened 2 weeks ago when my wife and I went to see Top Gun. There was a baby in front of us that started crying halfway through. That is a loud movie. I just went and saw it. It's a very loud
Scary
movie
for a baby.
I don't know why they'd take them. But Nicole says we saw a guy bowling with his infant in front of him in one of those body slings as well. That's a dangerous one in case you lose your footing.
Off to your other side, not your swing side.
Fall on your front. There goes.
I always thought it was until I had a child.
Mm-hmm.
I always dogged out those guys that I'd go to the bar with my buddies.
Yeah.
And at the end of the bar would always be a guy, and he'd put the baby holder on the bar.
The car seat?
Yeah, whatever, the baby holder, car seat, whatever. And I'd always be like, look at that irresponsible guy at the end of the bar bringing a baby down here.
And your mind has changed?
Well, it has. And I know, because I know why this is right now. So this guy is single dad and up. And I'm telling you, I never had a gorgeous, like a drop dead supermodel ever even come close to talking to me until we had a baby.
Trisha really likes you saying that.
Well, this was years ago, but I remember going to the mall. Like, Trish goes back to work after we got the baby, like 8 weeks old. She goes back to work. She's like, I need you to stop at the mall and grab something. So I'd stop, and the kid would be crying right after feed the kid. Stop at the peep. I'm telling you, the most beautiful women will come up to you if you got a baby.
Shameless. But listen, I don't want guys to get that idea, because women will not like that look. Because all we picture is us getting with you and you bringing my baby to a bar is what I picture. Don't do it.
Angie, where should we never bring a baby?
Who would bring a baby to my house?
With all those reptiles? Yeah.
I have snakes big enough to eat them, so I just thought that was funny. I wouldn't bring a baby to my house.
Now, is there a danger if I would bring my baby to your house that the snake would eat them?
Are you not feeding them all the time?
No, they eat chickens and rabbits. I wouldn't feed them a baby. And actually, snakes can't eat big people.
But if I was over at your house and I just stood up to use the bathroom and left my baby in the baby carrier, there's a legitimate chance it could get swallowed by a reptile.
The one might be able to.
Jesus.
It will, maybe.
Yeah, ran a pretty strict ship there.
Now, you can say, as a human being who spent 6 months in the subcontinent, that it's an experience we all should have or never, any of us should ever have.
I think it's for the right person. I'd move down there if I could. I love the weather.
What was so great about it?
In all honesty, I think the weather was really cool.
Wait, how warm did it ever get?
When I first got down there, it was actually warmer than Minnesota, so it was about 25 degrees, but
that's the warmest it ever got when you were down there was 25 degrees.
What was trippy, like on a day here where it was like 85, to look at your snap that you would send and it was like 40 below wind chills.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like 80-mile-an-hour winds and stuff.
How many people live?
This winter, it was 126.
How was the tail? Like good-looking people down there? Or,
well,
or was everyone too bundled up? You couldn't even tell.
Is it all dudes?
No.
Oh.
No, it was probably about a split, a 50-50.
You're telling me there was 60 chicks living in Antarctica?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Were any of them lookers?
Yes.
There were a couple.
Yeah. You're a happily married man. Now, what's it like coming back and finally seeing your kids and your wife again?
Moving to Antarctica.
Yeah.
No, they were happy to see me.
Tell everybody what you were doing when you were down there, will you?
So I was just basically doing what I do here, nerd stuff.
Yeah.
So just making sure things work, specifically the IT and the radio side of things.
So when things weren't working here, but they were working there, is that a conflict of interest?
Hey, I took care of both places.
You did.
It was crazy, guys, because we'd be on, it'd be just before our show would start, and I'd text Tony, he'd be like, well, it's 612 degrees below zero here, and it's 9 o'clock at night, but sure, I'll help you out.
What's weird is that you probably don't have to go to these places, because if you helped us out from there, you can help them out from here. So you don't ever have to leave again.
Good question.
Yeah.
And put us in that situation, Tony.
The only thing is it's a little bit of a take back to the 1980s, so things haven't progressed as far.
Kind of refreshing, though. I feel like that would be a little
it was
refreshing.
a lot of fun. I mean, it was staying busy and stuff, and I mean, there are times like I've been back for 2 days now.
Yeah.
And, we don't use our cell phones down there. There's no cell phone signal.
That's crazy.
So, like I said, the cell phone, the greatest use of that cell phone was to use it as a flashlight. So it literally was like a $1,200 flashlight. And, I mean, you'd leave your cell phone just lay in your room.
Yeah. Do you have any restaurants that you like to go to, or was there just one?
Yeah, we had the one restaurant. They kind of had a monopoly on the market.
Okay.
But no, actually, this year we did get spoiled with some really good cooks.
Nice.
We certainly did not go hungry.
Was there ever a time you thought your life was in danger?
Never.
Is there ever a time you said, I'm disconnecting from the rest of the world and never coming home?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
He was there. He had a little glimpse of it.
Does it ever stay dark for like 6 weeks?
Yeah, no, that I just came out of 4 months of darkness.
Didn't you look at any of his videos or
Apparently
photos?
not.
Yeah,
Wow.
he didn't.
Listen,
I did. Every
Wow,
day.
did I unfriend you or something, man?
I fixed my computer over
I
his.
opened them. I never really looked at
Yeah.
them. I just didn't want him to think I was
Oh, wow.
ignoring him.
You're so cool.
It was dark for how long?
It was dark for about 4 months where it was solid dark.
Oh, wow.
Did you find like depression creeping in?
Not at all. No, I mean, so like my place where I worked, I had to work about half a mile away, so I'd walk there every day, and it was just like gorgeous. Like I mean, you could literally see the Milky Way without any like kind of aid, or anything. You could see the satellites coming over, and I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, if you're spending less time looking where you're walking and more time like looking at the stars and
I'm a
stuff.
little jealous.
Or the aurora.
Is weed legal down there?
Weed?
Yeah.
Pot.
Can you get weed down there?
Marijuana.
Could you, if you would have wanted to purchase marijuana, could you have got it in Antarctica?
I'm not gonna say.
No, I'm just saying, could have you got it?
You could do anything.
You could do anything.
Really?
Good to know.
If you
We're not
put
going to
your
get
mind
into
to
it.
So if you wanted to do a couple of lines with a seal one day, no problem. Nobody would have cared.
I don't know if the seal would want to hang out with you.
Yeah. Weird scenario.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Maybe the penguin.
How about the booze? Do you have to bring your own booze, or do they ship it in?
No, there's booze on stage. No.
Learn about Antarctica.
Good to have you back.
Engineer Tony's back, everybody.
Radio Paparazzi.
Took to his Instagram. He was at home with his son, and they see this thing walking across the floor of his mansion, and I can't even imagine like how he stayed so composed.
What the whole hell? That is a big spider.
That's a tarantula.
And I'm up on the chair. All right, Trey, you got to get that out of here. Come on. You're young and strong. You can handle a bite.
You can handle a
That's what we're
bite.
dealing. We're selling the house.
Oh my God, they put a glass over it, and then you put a piece of paper under it,
And then you take it outside.
and you release it outside just for it to come back inside. That's what happens like when you live in California. They have those walls that just retract, and then you can let the LA air in, and evidently the tarantulas. Megan Thee Stallion, if you're a lover of Stranger Things, you are not alone. She's right there with you.
Everybody talks about how they love Stranger Things, but it's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I feel like y'all all like it because it's popular to like right now. But then when you actually sit down and watch it, it'd be like, is y'all gonna make it? Like, I'll be on edge the whole time. So I'm definitely ready for the next season. I can't believe it's gonna be the last season, but yeah, I just finished binge watching that, and that is my
I just need to do
She
it.
sounds excited.
I'm only 3 episodes in, and then we stopped, and I don't know why we stopped, but I think I have to continue on my own. It wasn't quite Derek's thing, but I want to. I think it looks really good. 78-year-old actor Gary Busey in some trouble, been charged with not 1 but 4 sexual offenses over the weekend.
Actor Gary Busey charged with sex crimes in New Jersey following a fan convention earlier this month. Police saying the charges stemming from the annual Monster Mania Con. The Monster Mania convention saying immediately upon receiving a complaint from the attendees, The celebrity guest was removed from the convention and instructed not to return.
All right, so yeah, earlier this month, but he found out over the weekend 4 complaints have come forward now about inappropriate touching during meet and greets. Like I don't want to call a spade, but like a Busey at a meet and greet, I feel like would get very handsy, very touchy. And if you're inappropriate with people, they're going to call you out. It's 2022. Blowing out their candles today, we have James Corden turning 44. Backstreet Boys star Howie D is 49. And Ty Burrell, funny guy from Modern Family, is 55.
Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?
OPP is other people's problems. When we started doing this radio program, we never really intended it to be kind of a group therapy session, but it's morphed into this, and we get a lot of emails and DMs where people are going through a little bit of something, but they don't know really what to do. So I say, hey, we've got a big audience. Why don't we bounce it off them? So you can hit us with an email or a phone call whenever you want. This is Trevor's.
Yeah, so he says, hey guys, we got this on Friday. Wondering if I could get your opinion. I just asked my girlfriend to move in with me about 6 weeks ago. Things have been fine, no real culture shock. But one thing I can't stand is that she does my laundry. I know that she's trying to be nice, but I feel like I do them the way I prefer. When she folds my shirts, I have this big crease down my stomach and my back. She just throws my underwear into the drawer. She doesn't fold them. I don't want her to see this side of me, but I really want her to stop. So I've literally asked her a half a dozen times. I'm at the point where I would be comfortable if you guys called her. She's at her family's cabin until Monday night. So maybe Tuesday. I feel like maybe that's the only way that I could get through to her. So, Trevor, I would like to do that. I think that would be a great idea. I would like more suggestions from other people as to how to approach her, though.
I would give anything for somebody to do all the laundry and fold it.
I do have someone that does all the laundry.
It's part of my
and fold
morning
it.
routine before I leave for work. I check if there's anything in the dryer. If there is, I fold it up and I move from the washer to the dryer. Because my biggest pet peeve is when anybody, including my children, will throw something in the washing machine.
Yeah.
And then it ends up sitting for a couple of days and gets that smell. Like, that drives me buck wild. So I check it every morning.
Derek is the laundry doer in the house. I do. If I see that the washer is full and the dryer's done, I'll move things around so then he can just hit the ground running.
But you'll never fold or hang anything?
I do, like every once in a while to help out. But he has a preferred way of folding his T-shirts to Trevor, like a rectangle. Mine are just like folded.
Fold.
I don't need the rectangle or anything like that. But maybe it is just like a quick conversation that you have with her.
He's got this awesome girlfriend. She's willing to do the laundry while he's not there.
Yeah.
And he found a problem with it.
I bet you
You're
is
undateable.
thinking, Trevor, that you are just being nice and you don't want her to go through the extra effort of doing that. Maybe you got to get serious and say, listen, I'm serious about this. Don't do my laundry anymore.
I don't think I would. I think you're undateable then. If you tell somebody don't do my laundry, then why would I ever hang out with you for a long
term? Why would that make you undateable? That's not nice. That would just be like kind of a bonus.
That's such an anal retentive tendency.
If that's the only one he has, then that's fine.
I guarantee that's not the only one he has. If you are so wigged out by somebody doing your laundry the wrong way when you don't even ask them to do it, then you probably got a whole bunch of other undateable tendencies that are going on.
To have that crease down your stomach and your back.
Jesus, who
You
cares?
think about it all day.
Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?
OPP, other people's problems. It's Trevor's problem today, where apparently somebody loves him so much that they want to do nice things for him, and now he's like, please don't.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get enough advice from you guys so we don't have to call his girlfriend tomorrow, because I feel like that would be very uncomfortable. But we'll call
But
either
I'm into
way,
that.
because, yeah, that is kind of our style. But he said that she moved in 6 weeks ago and things have been fine. No real culture shock, but he cannot stand that she does his laundry. One big thing is that there's a big crease down his stomach and his back when she folds the T-shirts. And she just throws his underwear into a drawer that bothers him without folding.
You fold your underwear?
Not mine. Derek's. Derek's
everything just goes right into one big drawer.
Your boxers and your boxer briefs, you don't fold?
I have all my underwear and socks and headbands and compression shirts
all
and
mixed
shorts.
up like a stew?
It's all one big drawer.
Oh my God, my heart
It's
is
giving
going
you anxiety
super
right now?
fast. Yeah, but he says that he doesn't want her to see that side of him. So obviously he's very aware, self-aware of this foible, I guess. But
Looking for help from you guys. Alyssa, thoughts?
Well, my fiance is actually super picky about his laundry too. Mainly because I'm one of those people that just shoves everything in the washer when I clean it. Like, I don't separate. And then when I dry it, I've shrunk a lot of his stuff.
Oh.
So he like literally just like sat me down and was like, okay, if you're going to do my laundry, this is what you need to do.
yeah.
But how did that make you feel when he sits you down to tell you his preferences? Were you like taken back a little bit?
No, I mean, I always did the laundry anyway. So, I mean,
Sure.
I just like, as long as he told me what it was instead of just getting mad at me, because you don't want to let it fester.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Mary Pat, were you saying that you married this guy? Like basically the same thing as Trevor?
Yes, I did. And at first I was a little offended too because I wanted to take care of him. And this was my second marriage. So I did everything the first time around. And let me tell you, I think it's awesome that he wants to do his own stuff. He even hangs it up on the line.
Okay,
Outside.
you still hang things on a line? That's adorable.
Old school.
Well, he works road construction, so he likes to have, his jeans outside drying and
yeah. That's
Wait,
really
wait,
cute.
wait,
I have
wait,
a
wait,
neighbor
wait,
that
wait.
does that too. She has her underwear out there too.
Wait. So help me understand. Help me understand the construction and hanging your. So because he works road construction, he prefers to have his jeans line dried versus the dryer.
Yeah, because then they don't shrink up quite.
Oh, I get it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Maybe there's a different texture.
Maybe like his pants baggy. But anyway, I was folding the socks wrong. I was folding the underwear wrong. And finally, I kind of just thought, you know what? This is my second time around and his second time around. And this is petty stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I finally came to the conclusion that you like doing it, go for it. I do mine. He does his. We've been married now for 8 years. Very happily with the laundry, that's for sure. And everything else.
Have you guys ever had one of those fights like Derek and I did yesterday where you jokingly do digs, but then all of a sudden it gets really serious? Like you start saying things that you really mean, but like
Give me
you say
one. Give me one example of what you said. Two of that.
Well, okay,
that
he
crossed
was
the
like,
line.
Yeah.
I did the dishes. So our dishwasher is broken. We have a repair guy coming, and so we're hand washing dishes.
Heaven
which is
forbid.
The worst thing on the planet for me.
She's so
And
bougie.
So I'm doing them, and he always does them. And so I was doing them, and he was like, "Oh, this is a different look for you."
Okay.
And then that started it. And I said, why do you even have to walk by and say stuff like that? And then it just went one after the other. And then I said, go ahead and eat real quick because I'm going to vacuum after you eat. And then I had made the comment and I sat down on the couch and he was like, oh, the vacuum is that way.
Oh.
And then I said stuff under my breath, like, just making fun of the fact that he could never remember a frickin' thing. Like our schedule. He asks me a million times a week what's going on. It just got to that point, and then all of a sudden, silence for like 3 hours. We didn't talk to each other for 3 hours.
Wow.
So that's how you don't solve problems.
And why do you have to vacuum after he eats? Is he still is he a man slob?
Yes, he launches. So I don't know if you have seen someone launch like rice, but it will
He doesn't take a gentle spoonful.
we got a
or
good
fork?
3/4 going where it's supposed to go, and then the rest rains down on my carpet. So that's
This
that.
turned into quite a domestic event here, Mary Pat. So I'm gonna let you run, but I really appreciate you letting us be part of your life. All right.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So you put her asleep with that. Did you notice that she fell
I'm
asleep?
sorry.
Thank you, Mary Pat.
That was my life yesterday.
Wow.
3 hours of not talking to each other.
Let me get
but-
this right. I'm not here to solve your problems because I think everyone's got to go through their own struggles. Otherwise, there is no true appreciation of success.
Uh-huh.
But if you had your guys' calendar on digital so everybody could see the calendar like I do with my
He has
family.
his on digital. He could easily look.
Then he would know what's going on. He wouldn't have to ask you.
Yeah, he could just
If
look.
you occasionally did the dishes and helped out with the housework, then it wouldn't be a big deal for him to say something like that and you wouldn't get offended.
Sure.
And if you would actually vacuum like you said you were going to vacuum.
I did.
But you didn't right away. Like you took a time out.
I said
you took
he did.
time.
I sat down.
And then you said, yeah, but you said you were going to
Should we
vacuum.
have your neck brace
so
on?
if you would be doing all of the things you're supposed to be doing and said you would do,
I see
then there won't be any of
where
these
the
problems.
line is
Yeah.
drawn.
Listen, I support your husband 100%. start by saying it's a jerk move to grab your husband's Copenhagen tin and throw a bunch of like hot pepper flakes in there because that's just a jerk move to do.
It is a jerk move.
As somebody who used to chew, if somebody would have ever done that to me, I would be out for blood.
But would you have a bad taste in your mouth, pun intended?
Yeah, but it wouldn't stop me from doing it. It would stop me from letting you even close to it is what it would stop me from.
Well, my friend Sydney had done that, and she was talking to me about it. She's like, listen, I did something I'm not super proud of, but I ended up putting not the chili flakes, but just regular, just cracked pepper.
Oh, yuck.
Into his Kodiak tin. And her husband has been chewing for so long, has said that he was going to quit for so long.
It's hard.
And she's like, I'm just going to like make it really uncomfortable and make him think. Like her method was, I'm going to make him like triple check before he puts anything in his mouth, and maybe he'll get tired of like being paranoid.
Look at what he's
it.
been putting in his mouth for years. You think he cares?
Well, like, wouldn't you want like to not have that paranoia though? Like every tin, did my wife tamper with it? But I think it's time. It's time for him to stop. He has said multiple times that he's done. But what is something that you're not super proud of?
Over the weekend, we were gone for an extended amount of time. When I went downstairs, changed the furnace filter, noticed that the dog had pooped down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I walked right over it.
You did and left it for somebody else?
Yeah, I waited.
No one's going to clean it up.
I waited until my son came home. And then he went downstairs, and I kind of peeked around the corner.
Yeah.
And you could tell he stopped on the last stair because he saw the poop on the floor.
Yeah.
And then I could hear him come back upstairs to grab some paper towels and some spray.
Yeah.
He picked it up. I'm not too proud of it, but I walked right over it, man. I was like, I'm so tired of picking up after not only other human beings, but animals, man. Like, that dog has been trained to crap in the woods. And I don't know why, but it pooped downstairs. And I was just not about picking it up.
That is so not you.
I ain't too proud about it, but no, because it was, and the thing is, it had been there long enough where the damage was done.
Yeah.
If I left it there for another couple hours, it wasn't like stinky, smelly poo. It was just some dog turds. And I was like, man, I ain't about this.
So I'm not super proud of this moment, but I had told too many people that this guy who ended up going with somebody else, he had another option, evidently, over myself when I was younger. And I told too many people that he was in the pool. Like, that he was a little chilly all the time. And I felt really bad about it because it's not completely true.
That's really, really wrong to do. I mean, guys they're self-conscious about it already. But then to know that somebody else is, you're nasty.
I truly did feel bad. I told like a lot of people.
So we figured, all right, a little therapy this morning. I would love for you to call, and we can keep you anonymous if that's what's going to be best for you and the people around you. But something you're really not too proud of. It might have happened recently, or it might have been like in Kat's past where she was just like, you know, James Olsen?
Yeah. I did feel bad about it because, you know, I'm not perfect and I'm pretty close, but like, you know, everybody has their.
And as a dude, you don't come back from that either. Like that's a scarlet letter.
Or else you got to show everybody like she's wrong.
Right. If the conversation ever starts with, man, this is something I'm not real proud of.
Everyone has their moments. I mean, that's what makes you human, but you just try to not repeat it over and over again. That's the, definition of insanity.
Yeah, so. Doing something over and over again, expecting a different result.
Exactly.
So, Kat, you're really not proud of the fact that you ruined a man's life.
I didn't ruin a man's life.
This can ruin a human man's life.
Hopefully he had a chance to let people
prove you
know
wrong
what was up. But I did. I had loose lips and told people something that was not very true about himself, his nether area, and that it wasn't a shower or a grower. And I felt really bad about it. I did, but I told too many people. Not too proud of it.
And Brittany said it's okay if we use her name because it's not really her real name. So something you're not too proud of?
So a few years ago, I was living, in a different area with my boyfriend at the time. Now he's my husband. Okay. We were at a neighbor's house, a little party that they had in their basement. and everyone was drinking. It was a good time. And you know how people, at the end of the night, people start to go home, they'll trickle up, go, to bed.
Yeah.
And it came down. It was just me and my neighbor's husband. And I honestly don't know what came over us, but we just started making out for like a good 15 minutes.
Whoa.
And that is something I am not very proud of.
Yeah. Wow. Is this something you think about often, or is it like, are you certain he's not going to say anything?
I mean, we vowed to never tell, and we currently live in a different town now, so
yeah.
I don't think about it too often. But yeah, we definitely vowed to never tell because, God.
I wonder why you did that. Like, do you ever sit there and go, why did I even give in to that temptation? I know probably, obviously, booze.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's got 4 Tito's drinks written all over it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what happened. Something just came over us and...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I would say 4 Tito's, but I've had 4 Tito's and didn't make out with anybody. So maybe you weren't happy. Maybe you married someone that you really weren't happy with.
I mean, I think it was just a one-time thing, but, we're happy now.
On the other hand, I've seen Kat eat like 7 euros after 4 Tito's, so...
I'm not making out with anybody, though.
Same thing, man.
And now, another post from Aunt Nora.
Oh, my God. It is... Potato emoji. National Potato Emoji. Potato Day. When my soaps are over at 1 p.m., I am headed out to Wendy's in honor of Mom to get a baked potato and then on to buy some potatoes at Quick Trip. I like not having to buy a whole bag. They offer smaller portions. My cousin Stephanie says, Grandma Kathy made sure we had some for the cabin this weekend. What did you add to the top of yours? Nora replies, butter, and more butter. They both liked it.
That was another post from Kat's Aunt Nora.
Are you starting to feel fall creep in?
A little bit yesterday. I had our fall scented candle. It's like farmhouse musk or something like that. You have the same thing or what?
No, I forgot to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Here's how cool my wife is. Like, I'm not a candle guy, right? Like, you can light a candle in here. I rarely notice it. But last week, she was in the hospital all week for her chemo, and she's only got one more left. So, super excited. Very, very good news. But while she was in the hospital, she had delivered a gift for me at our home. So, my day goes like this usually. I'm here, and then I would go to the hospital until I had to run and grab my son. And then we go to football practice till about 8:30, and then we go home. It'd be 9. I would just crash, and I'd kind of repeat, right, knowing it was only 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But the one day she goes, you got to check the doorstep. And I go out there, there's like 9 packages, right? Like I'd forgotten to look for like 3 days. And you know what she got me? She got me a candle, but it's Wrigleyville.
Oh.
All right, so we had to because I broke my neck. We had to postpone our trip to Chicago this year. We were going to go catch a couple Cubs games. And she felt bad about it. So she got me a candle that smells like... I'm telling you, it smells like popcorn. It smells like fresh cut grass sometimes. It smells like peanuts sometimes, like those roasted peanuts. Like it's got smells of what a professional outside baseball stadium would smell like.
All of that infused?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the further down it burns, you get like a different scent.
A level. Okay.
It's very, very cool. And I was like, this is the most thoughtful thing in the history of the world. I really like it. And it's like, you ever had that candle where you're like, you don't want to burn it because it's like a good one?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever had that experience.
Well, for your birthday, I got you a candle that smells like...
Toots.
That would be a dirty trick. That would be a really dirty trick to give somebody something like that. And then as it burns.
If you could only have one candle smell the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's got to be, your wife got me hip to it. What is it? Rustic Woods. It's like a brown one.
Yeah, I bet
Blade.
it is.
Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. The whole house smells like it.
So that's what you're burning right now?
Yeah. It smells like fall. I'm ready for fall. I'm built for fall.
Oh, no.
Built like Kelly Clarkson. I got that thick skin. Ready for the hoodies.
Other than this broken neck, it's been a good summer.
Has it?
And the only reason I was asking is like October 1st, all our docs go in.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So like that's the official end of it now for me.
You got to have someone do it for you.
I think I'll be able to participate this year.
Good move.
What's trending? What's trending?
Elton John and Britney Spears, the long-awaited Tiny Dancer. Well, it's actually called Hold Me Closer, due out on Friday.
So what they're doing, and this is what I'm getting from industry pros, is a lot like what he did with Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
It won't be a complete remake of the song. They're making a different song, but it's solidly based.
People are saying that it could launch her into the next part of her career, even though she hasn't really evolved like a lot of other artists have. She's kind of always been the Britney that we loved.
She's a legend.
She's a legend, and her shows would sell out for sure. All right, gamers everywhere, you can now get rid of that pot belly and play Fortnite all night if you want to. There's a new startup food company. It's called Y Foods, and it's creating healthy foods for gamers, but it's like NASA-style food, and it has oats and everything that should go into your body. Work into them.
It's like dehydrated?
I don't know. But it comes like NASA packaging. And
you
they
just add a little water and you can eat it right there at your gaming console.
All the fiber, all the protein that your body needs, and you can game at the same time. 78% of gamers, by the way, eat junk food nonstop. So, I mean, if you're wondering, how did I get so out of shape? That's probably how.
Every once in a while, you run across one of these videos of the gamers that have a gallon jug next to them so that they don't have to get up and go.
That's really gross. All right, so this 8-year-old boy, he's the winner of the Wisconsin Mullet Championship for kids. They dubbed him Mullet Boy.
I mean, athletes and rock stars, they have mullets. I mean, it's pretty cool. He has went viral, and I can't wrap my head around it right now. He is worldwide. The intent from the get-go is just to have fun with it, and it has been wild. Everyone keeps asking, are you going to cut it off when the contest is done?
Why would I do that?
Why would I do that?
Never
That's
mind.
Emmett Bailey. He's the winner. I love the slow-mo promo that they have going on where he whips his hair around.
He knows what he's got.
Smacks the side of his face, got those Viper glasses on, and that is what's trending.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.